I'm Emily.
And I'm Ethan.
We're traveling across America in search of its most captivating communities.
All the while, we're working from the road and taking the adventures as they come.
This is
Remote!
So one way that we're making sure that we're saving money on the road is by cooking for ourselves. And obviously we didn't want every single meal to just be bland and gross, so we needed to bring spices in a format that wouldn't take up a ton of space in the car, which was a great idea. However, we're running into a couple issues. Some of the labels are starting to come off, so my project today is to relabel them. Hopefully I can figure them all out with masking tape, which hopefully won't come off this time. And then another issue is apparently some of these little bags have ripped and are kind of getting all over the place. And I don't know if you have ever had the misfortune of smelling spices that are in a hot car, but this bag has started to get really smelly. So some of these probably should be stored in the cooler. I know it probably looks like we live a life of constant adventure, but in reality, there are constant hours of sitting around and planning things and booking things and doing silly things like preparing spices.
Today we visit Oregon's city of sunshine, Klamath Falls.
The name Klamath comes from the Chinook word for river, and despite what my hairdresser says, has nothing to do with meth.
The city is surrounded by wilderness and wide open spaces, and is a great place to enjoy year-round outdoor recreation. Klamath Falls was one of the fastest growing cities in America in the early 1900s, and the variety of architecture reflects the diversity that settled and grew the town and region. The city operates a geothermal utility system which provides heating services throughout the downtown area, as well as geothermal sidewalk and bridge snowmelt systems. Our Airbnb actually heated its pool and hot tub that way. The place has everything. Volleyball, badminton, pool, hot tub, games, a fire pit, and, most importantly, hoops! So I've done my first jog in Klamath Falls, and it kind of feels like Colorado, honestly, which is surprising because we're so far away from Colorado, but there are like columbines and cottonwood trees, and the air feels very similar, just kind of like the crisp dryness of it. The vibe, like everybody's like outside working in their yards. So very comfortable for me because it's very familiar feeling. Big trees and the architecture feel very familiar. Only thing we're missing is Tibetan prayer flags and some art in the front lawn.
Oh, babe.
I don't. I can pretend like I'm playing and we can put a song over it after.
Find myself in times of trouble, while the Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom that
Woo!
here is perfect. Klamath Falls. Good job.
I'm in downtown Klamath Falls. It's very cute, and everyone I've met here has been so friendly, from the grocery store to just like random people on the streets that just say hello even though they don't know me. So definitely good vibes here. And as I was jogging and as we were driving last night, we noticed that a lot of the locals just leave their front doors propped open, like to get the fresh air in, but that's something you would never see in a big city, so I thought it was just amazing that it's safe enough for them to just leave their doors wide open.
Upper Klamath Lake, on the north side of the city, is possibly the most beautiful lake in existence. Surrounded by beautiful mountain views and stretching for 25 miles north, it's actually the largest surviving remnant of Lake Modoc, which covered this entire region during the Pleistocene era and was shockingly 10 times the size of the current lake. We went on a sunset hike and enjoyed the spectacular views of the lake and the surrounding mountains.
Oregon girls, basically, they have like natural hair, like the natural waves and stuff, and it's always down. Even the people we've seen on the hiking trails, the girls have their hair down, and I just don't really understand how their hair isn't a disgusting mess if they're hiking with it down. I mean, I can't stand doing exercise with my hair down, but I'm apparently the only person here who knows what a rubber band is.
Yep, it's just Oregon letting it all hang out.
You may be wondering where we found this random dog. It's a funny story.
This part of Oregon is also famous for being home to Crater Lake National Park.
Welcome to Crater Lake, one of the only national parks that allows dogs. He's so cold.
Crawl up your leg if you got a peanut.
Well, I have a dog, so hopefully he doesn't.
What was that, Mickey?
How cold is the water?
So the water at the surface fluctuates between 32 and 60 degrees throughout the year, and the depths, which goes down to almost 2,000 feet, stays at a constant 38 degrees year-round.
It's crazy that it's July 4th weekend and like barely anybody is here at this national park. We guess it's just because like most people decided to go to warmer lakes where they can boat and swim rather than shiver at the top staring at the water. But who knows? Anyway, I'm glad it's not super crowded. There's still snow on the ground. White bark pines. They grow gnarly because of the harsh conditions, but they can live for over 1,000 years.